Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the law of conservation of angular momentum. So you know the formula for angular momentum. We know that torque is equal to dl by dt, and according how this law of conservation of angular momentum was derived. If torque external is 0, then dl by dt is 0 and L is equal to conserved. I think we have stated this in one of our videos that if net external torque is 0, then the angular momentum of the system is conserved. Now we know one formula for angular momentum. L is equal to I omega, right? So what does that mean? That this product of I omega is constant. So this is very interesting applications in daily life. So first application, before we discuss this first application, let's take the case which we observed while playing, right? So suppose this is something attached to this thread and I'm just rotating it. Again, look at this. See, what you have to observe is when this string is more up to here, then observe the rotation, and when this string size reduces, then what happens to the rotation? So look at this once again. What have you observed? You must have observed that when the string size is more, the angular speed of rotation is less, and when the string length is less, then the angular speed of rotation is more. Why that happens? That happens due to this law of conservation of angular momentum. So when string is more, that means R more. R of what? Radius of the circular path which this mass is following. So what will be the moment of inertia of this mass? Mass multiplied by square of this distance R. So R is more, therefore I is more. That means I increases. If I increases, then omega must decrease to keep the product constant. Then omega decreases to keep I omega constant. But what happens when the string is less? Means R is less, means I is less. So therefore omega increases to keep I omega constant. I have told you before also, we don't have to use these arrows for increasing or decreasing. In exams the marks are deducted, but now that I have explained this concept, I will use it in short for later. So that's why when the string here decreases the radius of the path followed by this object, the angular velocity increases, right? So here this was the first case. Second example you can take, that a ballet dancer folds the arms to increase angular speed, right? So obviously if this is the case, so I will be more, omega will be less, because I omega is equal to constant. So if this is the case, I is less, so omega is more, since I omega is constant. So why I is changing? Because I is equal to mr square. If distribution of the mass about the axis of rotation, where is the axis of rotation? This is the axis of rotation. So if distance increases, I will increase. If distance of the distribution of the mass decreases, then the moment of inertia decreases. Similarly, a diver takes somersaults while jumping in the swimming pool. So what does he do? He folds his legs and hands to show the somersaults. So the body is little bit folded because he wants to take the somersaults. And then after, while entering the pool, he stretches the hands again. So somersaults. Diver folds the body to do somersaults. Why? Because folding decreases I, therefore omega increases. Fourth case, we can take the planetary motion when the planet is near the sun. So this planet is near the sun. What happens? R decreases, that means I decreases, that means omega increases, right? You can take example of ice skater also. They also do the same actions to rotate fast. They fold the hands to rotate fast. What all like other examples can we take? I think this is what we had to discuss. The fifth example you can take for the tornado. Tornado, you know what happens is there is whirling of the wind, right? So what happens is that the air goes towards the center. This is the axis of rotation, you can say, of the tornado. So R decreases, I decreases, so omega increases. That's why the tornado rotates very, very fast. So I hope you understood the applications of angular momentum. That's all for now. Have a nice day.